Hello, welcome back, beautiful star seeds, earth seeds, spiritual and secular folk alike, to another Melatonin reading. I hope these messages find you well, help you along your day, and praise you along your way. We are going to jump right in and get some messages here for Aries, okay? As soon as I was about to start the reading, I saw 555 on my camera that I use for the streaming. So, yeah, there could be something about that. And then I was also thinking about how recently I've been listening to a lot of French music. So, that could be significant. It doesn't have to be. Just remember that these messages are general messages, so they may or may not resonate for you. And you do not have to be an Aries for these messages to resonate. This could resonate with your first house placement. Maybe you have a lot of first house placements. Maybe you have Aries in your sun, moon, rising, or moon, rising, Jupiter, Mars, North Node placements. And Venus. Okay, I don't know if I said that. All right, let me get one of these. This deck out here. Okay, yeah. So we are going to go straight into it. Okay. For Aries. Oh, you know what? I didn't get the spread like I usually do. We have achievement still at the bottom of the deck, though. Okay, I've been shuffling it, and we have achievement here. Okay, let's see. With sacrifice. Interesting. Let's see. Where did I put it? I just reorganized, like, all of my books and everything. And now I'm like, okay, where did I put the tarot book? Oh, here it is. Okay. Alright, let's see. Good thing it's right here on the paper. Okay. Alright, let's get the 8 cards. Yeah. Similar to how I was doing the earth signs check-ins, instead of doing it all in one stream, I'm going to try to spread them out for their own streams. Alright, let's see. 8 cards for Aries. What's going on? What does my collective need to know, see, or hear right now? We have challenge and idea coming through. 6 and 1. Okay, something about the fall and the spring. Anything else for Aries? Picture number 9. That's Cancer energy. Let me put this over here just a little bit. Let's get one more for Aries. 2 paths. Number 19, so 919. 61. What is this? Freya. When it's to show itself, Aquarius energy. Scorpio, Sagittarius, cusp. What else for Aries? Responsibility. So there is some kind of challenge around responsibility here, Aries. Okay. I'm also going to read from the book, right? So, what else? What else? Number 5. Oops. Let's see. What is that? The musician and fountain wanted to fall out, but I'm not going to take them. Let's just see. Clear messages, please. Because I already feel like the energy is becoming ungrounded. So I'm like, all right, for Aries, please, clear messages. Okay. Clear messages for Aries. Okay. Lilith at the bottom of the deck, Scorpio energy. Black Moon Goddess. All right, let's see. We have disillusion, concession, and instincts. Okay, a lot of yellow energy out here. I don't know if I like this angle now because, like, there's so much glare on the cards, guys. I don't know. All right. Either way, I'll still show them up to you. So, Aries, in your first position, where in life do you most need action? Okay. And that's your challenge here right now. Your challenge is, where in life do you most need action? That's very interesting. Okay. The fall could be significant. Then we have our second card. How can you best assert yourself in this matter? You have an idea, okay? All right, this could be about sharing your ideas or listening to other people's ideas, getting other people's opinions on your ideas. Okay, this is something here that's starting from the ground. And also having people confirm or deny. I don't know. I'm hearing confirm or deny, but there could be some kind of idea that you have that you need to be disillusioned about, okay? Or you need other people to kind of ground it in some kind of way. What advantage or opportunities will make this possible? And we have picture. That's Cancer energy. This is usually about helping other people, making other people feel safe and nourished to assist on your ideas, help you with your ideas. And we'll go deeper into that. And how can you avoid, overcome, and the want to please everyone influenced by Libra that blocks personal harmony? Yeah, so there is something here with the two paths. You're straddling two paths right now, and I don't feel like either path is bad, but you need to pick one, right? You can't straddle both lanes forever, okay? Because then you're not really going to get to your destination, and you're also not going to feel supported with anything that you do, okay, if you don't solidify and pick one path, right? And I don't feel like it's about your instincts, okay? I feel like you do follow your instincts a lot, Aries, because that's just how Aries are. But there's something about overcoming the need to want to like please everybody, okay? And actually just kind of go after your instinct rather than straddling or trying to straddle two lanes, okay, two pathways. All right, let's get into it. So the first card, where in your life do you need where in your life do you most need action? Okay, this is apparently a challenge here for you. Okay, let's see. Just an idea. My fear. Challenge. Okay. Moon in Gemini. Okay, it's all air energy. Okay. Moon in Gemini. There is a need to go back to school, as it were, to take in new information and to find out just what the rest of the world is thinking. Okay, so this is your challenge here. You need more action in gathering other people's ideas, talking to other people, and like really listening to them, really hearing what the wisdom they're trying to offer you. Moon in Libra. At this time, you will spend more time with close friends, discussing and searching out different points of view. You are becoming aware of new paths and new doorways to the future. Moon in Aquarius. This is a time to break the habit of the past and replace them with new methods of doing things and a new set of ideas. It is a time to confront complacency. So there is something here that you were complacent in, and it could have been something here about taking responsibility for things that aren't your responsibility, people pleasing, all that kind of stuff. So there is a challenge having to do with that, okay, Aries. And that's what you need to take most action on right now in your life. We have idea. Moon in Gemini. You have a brilliant idea that is well worth pursuing, but you need to do some market research and gather more information and reference to give it more substance. Moon in Libra. This is an ideal time to instigate discussions with friends and colleagues or former clients in order to learn other people's views and opinions concerning your idea. Moon in Aquarius. This is a time to explore your idea fully, take your idea apart, turn it on its head, and test it out in different situations to ensure that it finds its most promising form. Okay. You need to assert yourself into doing this research. Okay. I feel like rather than relying off of so many people doing that for yourself, you need to be able to advocate for something. Okay, people need to be able to see that you can advocate for something beyond needing their advocacy for it. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's kind of like you can't like put the cart before the horse in a sense. I feel like it's been really easy for you to take responsibility for other people's pathways, or feeling like you can straddle both of, advocating for you and advocating for other things that maybe start to disintegrate what you're advocating for. Okay, so then people don't necessarily take seriously what you're advocating for, or something of that sort, right? It's like trying to straddle the fence where you are diluting both points, right? So you're not really helping anybody or yourself. You're diluting both of the visions or both of the paths to what their full potential. Okay. So yeah, this is about what advantage or opportunities will make this possible. We have the number 9 coming through, which talks about helping others. So there is something here about you helping others that maybe has gotten in the way, or you have felt like was going to give you some kind of advantage over. And I feel like you're coming to a realization that maybe that time, okay, for having given you some kind of advantage is possibly over, right? So there is a need to pick a path now. Excuse me. This mansion signifies compassion and positive assistance to those in trouble. If you draw this card, you have the ability to sense the needs of those around you and to be able to provide them for them through caring and empathetic imagination. This card denotes the ability to sympathize easily with the situation and feelings of others and to do something actively to help them. Yeah, I feel like you could have seen this as an advantage, right? And for some time, it doesn't mean that you can't call back onto these people or still associate, but it's something here about a boundary that really needs to be drawn, or a decision to go after something that really needs to be drawn. So 9/19, September 19th could be significant. Okay, an optimistic start to a journey, emotional excitement. So there is an emotional excitement here about picking this path, about going on this journey. Okay, there's an important decision to be made. You must commit yourself to one of two alternatives. Exactly. Although each of the paths offered seem to lead in the same direction, you can never be sure. You can only be bold enough to make the journey. So there is something here about you making the journey of, am I going to continue to help others and pour into this? Do I have to build something up, or am I going to just go along this pathway and find other people who are going to like join me organically, rather than bringing these people along with me? And it's not to say that these people don't deserve to be in your life anymore. If you decide that that's the case, then maybe that's the case, but it's not feeling as though you have responsibility over that pathway anymore. Okay, there's something about that. All right. Yeah, it's interesting. The fifth card is number 5 too, with responsibility. It's not your responsibility anymore. Yeah, there's something here about pleasing everybody. You need to find that pathway. There's something about your seventh house also that could be significant. Okay, or Libra placements. The unexpected factor is responsibility. Either way, it's you taking personal responsibility, or you're going to take responsibility for everybody else's timeline, or these, these two pathways here that you're straddling right now. Whether you want to continue to, carry that burden of your responsibility, of your path and other people's paths, or whatever it is here, of feeling to please, you need to please everyone to gain some kind of influence, or taking the responsibility to kind of strike out on your own and advocate for that. Okay, that's your challenge as well. It's like, the unexpected factor is that there's still going to be responsibility attached to it. Okay, which is really interesting, right? That's how it's coming through. And then we have number 6. The key to positive action is disillusion. Okay, so the key to your positive action going forward with this idea is to be disillusioned. Okay. The desired outcome is a consensus. I feel like your desired outcome is that you are going to be able to still straddle the fence, straddle these two pathways, still be able to help these people out and overgive and overplease and gain their influence while still trying to advocate for yourself. But like I was saying, there is something here that is conflictory or contradictory about that, because I feel like you might be advocating for one thing or one path, or these other people's paths or something of that sort. It could be an institution, a job, or something of that sort, but trying to advocate for your own vision or purpose or path, and they might look like they're converging, but there is something here that the truth is saying that it's not. These pathways are not going to converge. Okay, you need to be able to kind of be brave enough and excited enough to go on this journey, whether it's alone or to pick the pathway of sticking to wherever. It's something about making a decision of which way you're going to commit yourself to. You can't be straddling the fence forever, okay? Or you're just going to burn yourself out, okay? And then the actual outcome is instinct. So you are going to find your, mojo, your Aries mojo back, and be able to go after your instinct and make this decision here regarding. So then I'm also seeing 1/9 or 19/1. So the 19th of January could be significant, or the 1st of September, or the 9th of January. But we also have 7/7 here, 6/5/1. Okay, 1/1, 11/11, 7/7. Yeah. All right. Let's go and read these cards, and then we'll clarify with the tarot. Okay. So let's see. Responsibility. Oh, let's go with. Oh, hold on. There's instinct and concession. Okay. Let's see. How am I gonna do this? All right. Let's see. Responsibility, which is here. Moon in Taurus. This is a period of the moon in when, in order to sustain your success, you must make careful use of any recent gains, perhaps by placing them in a safe investment. So there is something about you investing, taking responsibility of moving through a challenging time, especially if you are, I don't want to say switching alliances, but also just investing in yourself. Investing in yourself looks different than people pleasing and investing in everybody and everything around you, right? It takes a different mindset. Moon in Virgo. Material gains are converted into perfecting new and better methods and systems of work. During this phase of the moon, this is a time for productive analysis. So, yeah, there is something about getting real time data or something, like collecting data, research, something into that to get through this challenge right now, Aries. Moon in Capricorn. This is a time for spreading or sharing the profit of a successful venture in order to establish new possibilities for the future. Yeah. So, I mean, if you are going to pick the path of, pleasing and gaining the influence of whatever, wherever you are right now, and, maybe putting your vision or your purpose on the back burner, then you need to go full head into it. You can't be straddling both at this time, I feel like, because one is going to eventually funnel into the other for the future, for the possibilities of that future, but it can't simultaneously happen. Okay, so there is something here about either investing in where the people are or investing in your own vision. Okay, because advocating for both are just going to dilute both of the visions. Okay, if that makes sense. All right, so and then we have the key to the positive action. Yeah, the key to the positive action is disillusion. Oops. Moon in Cancer. From the remains of a failed emotional situation, precise experiences are saved that will help you to be wiser in future emotional relationships. So, yeah, you have to be, there's something here about being wise about who you're telling your ideas and sharing your ideas with. Okay. You're learning how to assert yourself in a certain manner. Okay, where you're not overly emotional, you're not overly allowing people to influence you, but you're also open to suggestion, to learning, to being malleable. Okay, to being teachable. Moon in, not malleable, but teachable. Okay, so Moon in Scorpio. Powerful feelings are internalized in a situation that is escaping out of your control. The natural desire of Scorpio is to wreak revenge, but you may be able to redirect this feeling in some positive creative form of expression. Ooh, yeah. So that is what you're needing to gain understanding over. Okay, and this could be a challenge for you. Okay, I feel like you're used to just being told what to do or doing things here because you feel responsibility, or you feel as though it's going to get you some kind of influence, or you like to help others. It's more of a validation of what am I going to get immediately. It's an instant gratification energy where I feel like going into the future, there needs to be something here where it's like, I'm doing this and I'm advocating for this, and I'm going to stay true and stick to this and take responsibility for the ups and downs of the situation, emotionally, physically, financially. And you can't be like back and forth, okay, about it, whatever that may be. Is what I'm getting. All right. Pisces, Moon in Pisces. Your reaction to a final emotional breakdown is to escape. The seed of future events are hidden in a plethora of new and impossible fantasies. Yeah. I feel like you've wanted to escape possibly this responsibility that you feel, okay, or that's starting to encroach on you, okay. I hope this is making sense for who it's meant for. Okay. Hey, hello, welcome, thanks for being here. Okay, we have consensus. Moon in Gemini. Okay, consensus has to do with the desired outcome. So you want to find some kind of consensus, right? Moon in Gemini. Your desire to get into action on projects straight away is frustrated, and you are forced to bide your time. Exactly. You are forced to bide your time right now, Aries. And that is not comfortable for an Aries. An Aries wants to be an instinct, which is going to be your actual outcome. But you need to do this first, okay? Reject nothing now, but store ideas away to bring them out again in an appropriate time. Yeah, there's something here about you gaining in research and learning and gaining other people's perspectives, and it's something you're in a learning phase right now. Okay, it's not do, it's learn. Okay, and sit and be patient. Moon in Libra. No matter how pleasurable you find the company of others, sometimes you need solitude in order to get your head together. This is the time, exactly. Okay, and this has to do with relationships. And this is the card over here. Which card was it talking about? The fourth card here with the pathways. How can you avoid or overcome the wanting to please everyone? The influence of Libra that blocks personal harmony. So there's something here about pleasing everyone that's been blocking your personal harmony. So you need to go into some kind of solitude to get your head together about what it is, okay, what's going to shake, you know what I mean? Moon in Aquarius, you know what you want to do, and you know you must wait. This is a period of when you are forced to sit back, open your mind, and let others do the talking, okay? Let others help you. I feel like you're so used to being in control, okay? This could also just be a masculine energy. You do not have to have Aries for this message to be resonating for you. And then the actual outcome is your instinct, okay? Yeah, instinct. Which talks about Moon in Cancer. This is the natural sign of the Moon in Cancer, feeling I don't know what the fuck I just said. This is the natural sign of the Moon, yes. And in Cancer, feelings are at their most potent. However, they're also at their most protective, and new emotions must be compared with past experiences to see if they are valid. Moon in Scorpio. The Moon in this sign is extremely passionate and is prone to go to extremes of feelings, even at the first promise, the first shoot of romance. Moon in Pisces. This sign idolizes feelings, and in the difference between fantasy and reality is difficult to separate. Pisces will make always wait, oh my gosh, why am I like this? What's happening? Pisces will make almost any concession to allow something emotional to grow. So there is something here about concession. Okay, being able to let other people to be in the driver's seat. Okay, there's something about that. Aries does not like that. Aries does not like other people to be in the driver's seat, but it's almost like to be a true leader, to be a true boss, you need to be able to delegate tasks, okay, to make it easier on you, okay? You will become more successful if you are able to not do everything on your own, but also not over people please and over give to a point where people feel like they can walk all over you. There is something here about the art of war. Maybe somebody here needs to read that, okay? And Aries is ruled by Mars, which is the god of war. So maybe there's something here about reading, the art of war, okay? That is going to be significant for how you are going to be dealing in business and people and interacting, and not over giving and over needing people's influence and all these different things. And then not advocating for what you actually want or what's true and what needs to be done and all these different things, right? So it's like there's something about that, all right? I definitely started to see and move differently in business and just like in my own mindset around my own entrepreneurial, business, and how I was navigating certain things after I read the Art of War. Okay, let's see. And we have Lilith here, okay, Scorpio energy. So that also has to do, and then principles behind that. So Scorpio energy has to do with destruction, but also other people's money, how to delegate other people's money, how to invest in other people, other things, and get other people networked together as well. Okay. All right, let's clarify these messages for Aries. Okay, or anybody who is, needing these messages at this time. You could have Aries in your moon, rising, Venus, North Node, Jupiter, Mars placements. North Node, I don't know if I said that, but first house placements can be significant as well. Tower. Yeah, this is a challenge here for you. I feel like there's a lot that you're discovering, okay? All right, let's clarify. There's going to be a lot that you're going to be discovering. There's a lot that you're going to be newly navigating. All right, that came out. What reading was that? Taurus? Yeah, Taurus can be significant. So we can do Aries, Taurus cusp, excuse me. That was the 7 of Swords. Okay. Clarify challenge, please. All right. The Knight of Swords. Okay. Oh, I put the book down. Hold on, y'all. I'm so sorry. No. What was it? 2:33, I think. Yeah, I don't remember. Hold on. Oh, 3:32. Okay, yeah. 9 of Cups. Yeah, this is about you kind of becoming obsessed and enthralled with these challenges, overcoming these challenges. Okay. Clarify idea. Because it asks, where in your life do you need most action? And we were talking about, yeah, taking that time within yourself to study, to learn, to integrate, to master, to fully understand like why you feel really impassioned or really like you need to go after some kind of idea and how to get there, okay? Rather than kind of haphazardly kind of doing a bunch of things or feeling as though you're doing a bunch of things and not really getting to where you're going. Okay, that's the challenge. You need to learn something new, possibly something about business, right? Like I was saying, maybe the entry point is reading the Art of War, right? And that'll give you the entry point of how to look into your business or how to invest in certain things. Oh, 1 second. My dog needed to come in here. He likes to bark every once in a while during the readings. Okay. So, clarify the idea. This is about what advantages or opportunities will make this possible. This is about you listening to other people, gathering their ideas, doing market research here on your idea, getting a lawyer. I don't know, getting somebody here trusted to look over some kind of paperwork, some kind of whatever it may be for you. Okay, let's see. Idea. But it's doing the research, the legwork. Okay, the Moon. Yeah, there's things that you need to get clear on about this idea, how to go forward, this business plan, right? How to draw up a business plan. Who do I talk to of getting this legalized or this notarized or whatever it is, right? It's like there's a lot of market research to go into this idea, all right, to get it truly off the ground rather than kind of like you feel like you're spinning yourself in circles or you're just like overgiving to all these other things in order to avoid maybe starting that market research, starting that, going into a business, starting something online, whatever it is. You could have felt like you were throwing yourself into these other things, okay, instead of actually advocating for what you truly want it to go towards, because you always saw it as a challenge or just extra responsibility or extra something to do when, oh, I have all these other things, or all these other people need me, or I'll just hang out with my friends and hope one day that my business starts or something like that, right? Or maybe you really have the network, with the King of Wands, right? Maybe you do really have the network, but it's just about putting your skills to the test and really, calling on this network to get these ideas going, basically. All right. Yeah, I just saw the Hierophant. Okay, what else with the picture? Okay, I feel like, yeah, the Emperor. Literally, you're used to helping other people, being in that place where people come to you, Aries, to help, to nourish something, okay? But you really need to test the faith of the people around you and see if they're going to come through and help you nourish something, okay, that you really need, okay? And I feel like this puts you in your head because I feel like you're used to people pleasing. You're not used to asking people, hey, do this for me, delegate these things, delegate these tasks, go here, do this, right? You're used to feeling, having the responsibility of doing all those other things for other people, but not necessarily getting, I don't know, what you truly deserve out of it. Okay, that's what I'm getting. I just saw the King of Wands again. Okay, so this is testing your leadership abilities, qualities. Sorry if you can hear the lawn outside. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, with the Lovers. Okay, this is a divine, like with the Wheel of Fortune and the Lovers here, clarifying the two paths. This is a life-changing decision. With the Lovers and with the Wheel of Fortune, that's major arcana. Okay, those are major life decisions, and it's going to feel very major if you are releasing people pleasing things where you've invested a lot of time, energy, love, finances, whatever, and then you're asking them, hey, like, you know, I'm gonna go start my own business. Are you guys going to support that? It can feel really scary. I feel like either way, the unforeseen factors are, it's still going to be a lot of work. You're still going to be taking on a lot of responsibility. You're still going to be going to need to know how to fight these battles, and with yourself, with other people, and take responsibility as a leader. Okay, that people are going to be looking at you for, whether it's your own business or you're doing something for somebody else. Okay, so yeah, then we have 5. The unexpected factor, yeah, is that there's still going to be responsibility. It's still going to challenge you. Queen of Swords. Okay, so it's really just which one do you want, right? Right, what else with responsibility? A lot of major arcana out here. So this is a major thing here for your timeline, or whoever this is resonating for. Responsibility. The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. It's still going to take time. Wow, the King of Pentacles and the Star and the Ace of Swords. Wow, and the Ace of Cups. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you can see that. Wow. What is that? Okay. Whew. It's going to take time. I feel like you're still going to be able to celebrate it. Celebrate this. The King of Pentacles is somebody here who's like a business person. Okay. They have their own enterprise, or they have their own money. The Knight of Pentacles is also somebody here who takes business with the, you know, the flows of life, right? The ups and downs, where you're still, this person's like holding, I don't know if you can see, it's like a orb with a flame in it, and then the other hand is a map, and it's like you are still moving towards that passion, that flame, but now you have like a clear roadmap, and you're not necessarily deviating from that. And I feel like that's the work that you're needing to do right now when you're making this decision over here, these two path decisions, is get the roadmap clear, okay, on either decision that you want to go down, and then fully go there, because it's going to be, you know, happiness for you. It's going to feel authentic, okay, especially if it comes from, you know, your famous passionate Aries instinct, right? Okay, so let's see. Disillusion. The key to positive action is to be disillusioned. Okay, and there's something here that you need to be disillusioned by. With the moon here, it's like you need to get more research, market research. That's all I can get from that. It's like, yeah, the Hierophant, the Hierophant and the Page of Pentacles, like, the Hierophant is institution, business. The Page of Pentacles also has to do with gaining knowledge, internships, getting new experience, knowledge, right? Gaining skill, practicing, honing in on a craft, okay? Also being promoted, okay? But promoting your intellectual skill towards something, okay, as well. The Seven of Cups, yeah. There is a disillusionment about this idea, okay? I feel like maybe you could think that this idea is just an idea, all right? Because you haven't done the research into it. You haven't really truly been advocating for it, okay? So it feels a little far off. It feels so illusionary, right? Nebulous. Okay, what is consensus? That is the desired outcome. I feel like, yeah, your desired outcome is to figure out a way, right, to make both of these realities kind of work, okay? And maybe you can, okay, but it's not the message I'm getting, okay? What is concession, excuse me, for Aries? Clarify concession. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the new setup. Yeah, I moved my room around and everything. So, ooh, hold on. I kind of, you can see my phone, can't you? It's like right here, the like camera. Okay, but yeah, I promised y'all that I was gonna do it again. I used to do it when I first started streaming, um, but then it became like a lot. But then I was like, you know what? We'll go back to it. I also have this thing on my forehead today. I was feeling I needed some extra support. Okay, let's see. The Ace of Wands, yeah. Concession. You're definitely gonna find. You definitely want to find a way, but it's gonna cause you more stress, more strife than it really than you really need. Okay, and I feel like you're still gonna get to both pathways. Okay, especially if you're an Aries. You know what I mean? You're still gonna accomplish both things, but one could be a stepping stone to the other. Okay, so that means you have to find one passion, right? One passion. Go forth with one thing. Let's see, instinct. That's the actual outcome. Okay. You can see you and the cards. That's truly enlightening. All right. Instincts. Ooh, the Eight of Cups. Your instincts could be telling you that you need to move away from something. Okay? You've learned all that you can learn at a certain point. Yeah, and it's starting to weigh on you. It's starting to not feel mutual. It's starting to feel burdensome. You could be starting to feel guilty for not wanting to do certain things anymore or do a certain job or feeling motivated or passionate about something like that. And when you start feeling guilty and all those type of things, it means that there's a decision that you have to make, and there's more. There's more out there. There's more. You're supposed to be doing more. You're supposed to be learning more. Okay? Let's see. All right, so we have challenge here with the Knight of Swords. Okay. Aggression and a combative attitude prevail. There is a person, maybe yourself, that is constantly on the attack. On a general conflict is about to boil over and take on a life of its own. Be cautious and mindful of the challenge of this conflict. So there is some kind of challenge. You are in conflict here, possibly with yourself or other people. You could even notice the more that you start to advocate for yourself, the more conflict comes your way. The more you start to take action towards this project, especially if you decide to start advocating for your own path and stop trying to straddle both ends, yeah, you're going to start seeing challenge, and that's challenging your leadership role. Remember that. Okay, it's not challenging your idea or if it's good or if you're good enough. It's challenging mainly your leadership qualities. Okay, you need to look at it more of like, this is upgrading me rather than it trying to tear you down, basically. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Then we have the moon with the idea. The quote for this card is, "The one who told me to be patient and that, even when lit up brightly, half of myself is still in darkness." So, yeah, this is something, it's going to be teaching you a part of yourself. It's going to be teaching you about a part of yourself, Aries, or whoever's resonating with this message. It's going to be teaching you about a part of yourself. This idea, advocating for this idea, market researching this idea, I don't know, going towards that, it's going to be teaching you way more about yourself than if you were to continue to straddle these pathways or choose the other pathway. Okay. It says, in the end, the main journey of one's life is inward. Give that journey more attention. As we evolve from our simplest selves, the world and life have a way of turning us into complete beings, often too much so. Let the moon guide you back to that pure simplicity of spirit. It can often feel elusive or just out of reach. Follow where it leads. The alleyways of your mind often uncover the things that are holding us back. But where does the moon get its light from? It is a great mirror of the sky. Just as the moon reflects the light before it, be a reflection of the world as it acts upon you. When there is joy to be had, be joyful. When there is sadness to be felt, truly feel it. When there is injustice, rise up. When there is love, simply smile. Be present in the moment, and you will know the true meaning of life. Then when the sun leaves, when emotion leaves, let them go. Return to the sacred darkness of your inner being. So there's a lot of phases. Okay, I feel like you're maturing into a new side, a new portion of this masculine energy. Mm-hmm. How can you best assert yourself? Yes. And this is going to give you insight onto how best assert yourself going forward. What advantages, opportunities will make this possible? We have the Emperor. Clarifying picture. So this is about you helping others and allowing other people to help you, because the Emperor is used to um, doing the work. But there's something about delegating that power. Okay, the quote is, I'm angry at the shadow, but my fear recedes at the break of day. Yes. Your shadow is saying, I don't need help. I don't need assistance. I'm the Emperor. That's ego. Authority is reigning, but is it protecting or suppressing? There is a fine balance. So are you protecting or suppressing something by trying to protect and overdo and out influence or influence others? Design a world that is safe and loving, but be cautious when acting upon your violent masculine energy in order to achieve this. It is ideas that end conflict. Violence is an invasive species. So I'm telling you, there's something about that book, The Art of War, that you need to look into. You may be strong, you may protect. Keeping the vulnerable safe is your sacred duty. You manage it well, but don't let this harden you. You can spend your life building a fortress of financial security and physical comforts for yourself and the ones you love, but this pursuit is no excuse to close your heart to the emotional experience of life. And that's letting others help you. That's a vulnerable aspect, especially for a masculine energy, whether you're a man or a woman or whoever. Allowing people to help you is very, very vulnerable. It's more vulnerable than a lot of other things that you can allow people to do. And when you're able to be in a masculine energy and advocate for those needs, that help, that assistance, and feel more powerful and feel more lifted up for that, that's beautiful alchemy, right? With that masculine energy. So yeah. Wow. This is like it's beautiful reading, Aries. Or whoever's resonating with it, right? Okay, so then we have the Knight of Pentacles out here. Clarifying responsibility. There's news concerning your ambition regarding industry. There is a path presenting itself, and the person in your life this card represents has the way forward. But be sure to ask if their suggestion cannot be achieved in a more direct way. Yeah, with the two paths here, talking about the paths, there is a path here that is opening up for you. I feel like, but you could be needing to ask, is there a more direct way of achieving this? And is the more direct way of achieving this advocating for myself? And what is holding me back from that? The fear of needing help. And what does that fear from needing help stem from? A lack of control, or by all these different things. You kind of have to go down that rabbit hole, for yourself, to really start to do that in-depth research for yourself, your business, and all the other kind of stuff, you know what I mean, that you're trying to accomplish. All right, so we have disillusion. That's the unexpected factor. Is that there is like stability in doing that emotional spiritual work. Okay, the key to positive action. 7 of Cups. Clarifying disillusion. Yeah. That's very apropos, right? 7 of Cups, clarifying disillusion. Oops, on. You may have many options to consider, and it may be overwhelming. Try to stay afloat and keep things balanced in your mind. Give each option good consideration. Excuse me, but do not fear to rely on your instincts. Distinguish reality from fantasy. Basically clarifying what I just said. The more that you do this in-depth work with yourself, the more, that's going to become less intimidating or less elusive. Okay. So then we have the desired outcome is having this concession. Okay, basically being able to move forward, okay, without guilt, okay, possibly shame. There could be, a part of you that wants to do both still. But again, it's about finding that one path that is really going to, exemplify not exemplify, finding that spark to take you on your path, or pick one of the paths that's really going to be authentic, okay, to that part of your to this part of your journey at this moment. Okay, if you're not ready to do something or go out on your own and find that path, then wholeheartedly dive into the other path, okay, whatever that may be for you. Okay, so yeah, the Ace of Wands. Seeds are being planted. A new beginning blazes forth. This new enterprise will require energy and focus, but the universe believes that you have what it takes. Yes. What are you starting? Take that step. Yeah, exactly. What are you starting? Take that step. And the universe believes that you have what it takes. It's about, which path are you going to take, right? The two paths here. With the Wheel of Fortune and the Lovers, there's a choice. There's the decision. Okay. And the buds on this, talk about the potential, the great potential, and possibly how there's two branches. There's two buds. There's two branches of possibilities. Okay. So don't look at it as failing or giving up on something. Okay. And then we have instincts. All right. With the Eight of Cups clarifying it. You tried to build things up in a good, stable way, but it just didn't work. It is time to turn your back on the situation and move on. This is not an abandonment, exactly, but an inevitability. Who knows what waits for you over the horizon? So yeah, your instincts are going to be taking you beyond that horizon, okay? Or yeah, horizon. I was like, what did I say? But yeah, and it could be really interesting. Somebody could have Cancer strongly in their chart, or Pisces, but Gemini, okay, Aries, a lot of water energy, Cancer, Scorpio. But yeah, and I feel like that is what is really going to be the deciding factor, is like, what do you feel like, has brought you this far? So, and where can you go from there? I hope that makes sense, guys. But let me know if you like the sign readings, you know what I mean? I think I'll do Sagittarius next. Okay, or maybe I'll do Leo, since it is Leo season still a little bit. Happy birthday, Leos. I know we're about to go into Virgo season pretty soon, probably tomorrow, I think, or today. I think this is like the cusp. I'm not sure. Or the 23rd, something like that. But my dog's birthday is on the 23rd, so he's a Leo Virgo cusp. Aw, I'm so glad you love the sign reading. Yeah, I'm trying to do it with the help of my book. I have this book called 1001 Tarot Spreads. So they literally have a spread for every freaking thing. So we're going to get some closing messages for Aries. Oh, thanks, Nap. I love coming on here. Definitely love doing these spread readings. Definitely feels like, I get to spend more time with each sign, rather than trying to fit every sign into like 1 3-hour, you know what I mean, stream. Okay, so we have Hearth, safe, comfort, spiritual connection coming through. Let's get one more. Oh, you said, is this specifically for Aries? Sadly, I am Taurus, so I am barely missing out. About a month late. I did Taurus yesterday. I have a Taurus stream, I believe, up there from yesterday or 2 days ago or something like that. I think that was the last one I did. Or was it Virgo? But it's up there. The Taurus stream was really great. I loved that message. So definitely check out the other signs that I did. Okay. We have clarity, rumination. Yeah, there is something here that you are ruminating on. You really needed to get down in the soil, in the dirt about it. This is the earthworm card. The earthworms, do a lot of work underground to get the soil ready for a plentiful harvest. Okay. I feel like you've been really feeling very secure in wherever you have been. Okay. There's been a lot of comfort and safety. Okay. But you're getting some kind of clarity that maybe you feel a little lost, okay, in this comfort or stability or whatever, and you're looking to move forward forthrightly, you know what I mean, with a lot of ambition. Okay, you're looking for a new spark is what I'm getting. All right, let's see. I feel like the earthworm card keeps coming out for y'all too, so that's really interesting. I keep getting that for a lot. Yeah, I posted in a couple, like a day ago or something like that. This is the Taurus one. I need to figure out a stream schedule, okay? Because I just come on here when I feel guided to. I don't, like, I'm not like every Wednesday. Like, that's a lot, but maybe I should. I don't know, but this could be another part for me. Like, this is why this message kind of resonates for me. It's like, another part of me is like, I need to be like, take streaming a little bit more seriously or whatever. And have like a schedule and like da da da, so that people can like come in and know when I'm gonna be doing earth sign check-ins and da da da. But at the same time, I don't like want to hold myself to that, because I feel like it makes the messages feel more authentic when I just come on here and I'm like, I have a message for you, you know what I mean? So I've been going back and forth with myself about that for like a long time. Okay. Oof. Returning to source. Blessed Isles of the West. All right, let's get one clear message here for Aries to close out the reading, please. The power went out earlier this morning. I was sitting here doing work, and then I was about to like go on and do a stream, and I was like, the power went out, and I was like, oh, okay. But it came back on after like 30 minutes, so thank you for that. We have Wisdom of the Heart, New Moon, 53. Okay. Bottom of the deck is Source, 2, Cauldron of Creation. Okay. Let's see, 53, which is an 8. The new moon. I believe the new moon is this Saturday. Okay. You are learning to see with the eye of the heart. There are meanings, understandings, and discernment known to the heart alone and rarely seen or understood by the intellect, the discerning mind. When you begin to see with the eye of the heart, it will be as though a veil has been lifted before you. Life will simplify. You will see and listen more deeply into the nature of things, relationships, and events. Your discerning mind will relax. With your actions now more in accord with natural patterns around you, you will interfere less, allowing others and events to mature according to their own design and necessity. Your actions will be kinder, gentler, and more compassionate. Over time, the soft wisdom of the heart will begin to shine within you with the luster of the new moon, bringing you a loving heart and nobility of character. Yeah. And this is what you want to evolve into. This is like the next step here for this masculine energy, this emperor energy, especially if you identify with being a masculine energy, whether you're whatever, regardless of your gender, if you feel as though you're more of a masculine energy, this is going to help you soften into that to a deeper degree, okay, and a more noble character, right? Rather than just being like, I'm the boss, I have control, I have the money, I have this job or whatever. It's like a quiet power, but like a really firm, sustaining one, okay, as well. A clear-minded one as well. And you're going to see that you're going to be able to do way more, okay, with the wisdom from your heart than the wisdom from your head, you know what I mean? You're going to see, and not to say that they can't integrate, right? Because that's the best part, is like when your mind and your heart integrate. But it's like you're going to see that you're going to be capable of so much more with that, okay? And that's what the new moon is here for, that energy. Don't stress yourself. It might be best to come online when you have the energy to spare, right? Because this is a lot of work, I imagine. Yes, totally. I feel you should go by what your sense tells you rather than a fixed schedule. Yeah, yeah. I've been wrestling with that for so long of like, do I need like a stream schedule? Like, I think you should just do it when you feel good, not fixed. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's what I've been doing. So, but I was like really about to go on earlier and the power was off. And I was like, it's been like cloudy and kind of like windy, but it hasn't been like hurricane winds, you know? I was like, so it kind of threw me off that the power was out for a little bit. But I still wanted to come on and do this message for you guys. And start with the fire sign reading so I can get through the fire signs this week since it's basically Thursday. It's Thursday and I'm like, But yeah, so we'll get through the fire signs this week and then I'll probably do air signs next or something like that. But yeah, thanks for being here, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. We have a lot of people in here. I'm glad that the Aries readings seem to resonate with people. I think I'll do Leo next, so definitely look out for that when I go live next. Take care, everybody.